Fan of the Week question brought to you by the Volo Museum is waiting for you on the Good Day State Line Facebook page. This week we're asking you, what summer event do you want to attend? Maybe here in Rockford, maybe not. Head on over there and answer for your chance to win a GDS swag bag pack with goodies, including a family 4-pack of passes to the Volo Museum. Tomorrow we're getting ready for Beloit Health Systems pulling for hospice, and Erin will be back from State Line Kids too. Now, Taminique, what did you do this weekend?
What did I low-key might need to... Oh!
She did a lot.
I remember what I did. Okay, let me start. Friday, Tyler invited me to an event at the Aldine Golf. No, it wasn't. I think it was in that area. Yeah. So it was like a fundraiser for the Boys and Girls Club, and like the theme was kind of like ping pong. And so it was really fun. You actually did get to play. We were kind of scared that we weren't going to be able to play. We did get to play. There was 3 different ping pongs. There was one in the middle. We said we're not doing that. We're not about to embarrass ourselves. So we did play on the other side. Tyler won, unfortunately. He won, I want to say it was 10-6. But that's okay. I told him to see me on a real tennis court because I would beat him on that. And then those are just the little glasses we had. But then my friend that I met in Chicago randomly texted me that night. Literally 2 seconds, I just went on Instagram and she was like, do you want tickets to see Gucci Mane? And I said, sure, when is it? She said, right now. I said, right now. And so I'm like, yeah. So then, like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was not gonna go. She sent me the tickets and I accepted them, and I was like, I'm not gonna go. She DM'd me and was like, send me pictures and videos. I said, dang it, now I actually gotta go. So I was telling Tyler, I'm like, I don't think I'll know any songs. I was in there turned as a mug.
Did you know all the songs?
So many songs. And I was like crazy. So that's how my friend.
It was at the casino, right?
Yes, it was just insane. And we got there at the perfect timing. Like, we sat down and I swear he came out 10 minutes later.
Ooh, that was perfect. You can't plan that.
It was perfect. And then the other part of my weekend on Saturday, or not Saturday, Sunday-ish, I went to church. The message was phenomenal, so I had to take a picture. I don't really like to take pictures in church because I feel like it's between me and the Lord, but the message was absolutely phenomenal. So shout out to Pastor Leonard. And then I made cracked peppercorn steak with homemade chimichurri sauce. I'm not gonna hold you, it was one of the best meals I've ever made in my entire life so far. It was so amazing. And then since it's summer, my mom was like, make a summer salad or a fruit salad for dessert, because I needed something like for dessert. And so I was like, okay, I'll make a summer salad. So that's what I did this weekend. I had a great weekend. It was crazy. It was full of random side quests because I did not think any of that was going to happen.
Those are sometimes the most fun,
Those are the best days. That's how I kicked off my unofficial summer.
Perfect.
What did you do?
So I basically just want to hone in on Friday night because this is something I've been looking forward to since like the beginning of May, right? If you remember, around Halloween, we did a haunted house competition. And so Anderson asked me, can we do something fun on May 30th on his last day of school? So what we did was we created summer scenes. So I was mostly in charge of buying all the ingredients. And then we set a timer. Originally we were gonna do 32 minutes, but it took us 25. Madden had to come home later and do this on his own before we let people vote. And so we had to make a summer scene. Yeah. And vote and try to find a winner. So we all worked separately for whatever amount of minutes on our plates. Very big kudos to Gracie, who did this all by herself. Well, let's start with Anderson's. I want to show them all off. So this is Anderson's. His
looks good.
Really great. He especially loved the fact that his ocean was blue, and you'll see why we made a point of that. Now, if you can see in the middle of his big plate, do you see that pineapple? There is a gummy bear drinking out of a pineapple.
Oh, so he went all out.
Definitely my best detail from his summer scene. We also picked the plate, so he had like a light blue-green. This is Madden, so Madden did this later, which is funny. You can kind of tell he was working on it by himself because his looks the most different. He did a large amount of ocean and a small amount of sand, and his bears are all on high chairs in the back. Gracie did this all by herself. She's 3 years old, and honestly, I'm very impressed. Like, it was so cute, and she had a blast, and she only ate 30% of the ingredients while she was doing it. And then, this is mine, which my dad did vote for. My favorite part of mine is the teddy bears on the towels.
Loud.
But Anderson said, why is your ocean white? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully you had a good weekend too. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.